Greetings, friends. I'm geofatboy for shavenation.com. Just sitting in the car hanging out right now for a few minutes, and I just thought might have a little chat, little rap session with you. So this guy right here, you're going to see it. You're probably wondering, what is that? He's been in my cars since I was about 18 years old. Been hanging from the mirror or somewhere else in the vehicle. You know who that is, or you should know. BTW, that's my favorite superhero right there. Anyway, the reason for the chat today, let's see, just talk about a few things. I get a bunch of emails, business related things all the time, every day. And I was reading one of them. It was about a company to be unnamed that started out and they became a seven-figure company without funding, without assistance, outside assistance, that sort of thing. So I thought, hey, that's us. That's me. I started the company, Shave Nation, shaving supplies. It's been 15 years ago, so 2010 I started. And outside funding, what's that? It was a fluke the way the company started. I'll put a link up here. You can check it out. It was the video I made a few years ago. It's called The Story of Shave Nation. I'll put a link. Just click on that, and you can go through it and see how the company started, how I got the name Geo Fat Boy, all that stuff. And it might be quite interesting. And a lot of people have told me it's an American success story. So I appreciate that. All those kind comments and words, they give me motivation to keep going. So anyway, about outside funding, before I started the shaving company, I was an electrician for about 30 to 40 years. I mean, ever since I was, let's see, I think I was 18 years old. When I was 14, 15, 16, I worked for my brother-in-law. He had a concrete construction company. And during the summers, I would work for him, wheeling concrete, setting up forms, all that kind of stuff. Learned how to finish a little bit of concrete at a young age. And then I remember going to high school. I can say it. I went to Notre Dame High School in Niles, Illinois. I wasn't born in that area. I was born much further south, Gary, Indiana. And then we moved to Chicago. While I'm sitting here editing this, I wanted to jump in real quick because I mentioned I was born in Gary, Indiana. And just a little small tidbit of information for you. Where we lived on Harrison Street. And less than a mile away on Jackson Street, guess who lived there? Michael Jackson. True story. And we were both born about the same time. And we may have even gone to school together. I can't remember if he was in any of my classes or anything, but we were that close to each other, less than a mile away. Very coincidentally, they lived on Jackson Street, and the name of the street was originally Jackson Street. Like, he didn't become famous and they named it Jackson Street. You can go on Google Earth and you can zoom in and look all the way around the house. You could check it out. So we were a mile apart from each other. Just a little juicy tidbit I thought I'd throw in there. So Michael Jackson, definitely an A-list celebrity. Geo Fat Boy, more like a Z-list celebrity. Back to the story. I remember being in high school, September, October. I remember just being in the classroom picking off the calluses from all the summertime work. So I learned about hard work at an early age. And then after that, I worked in a grocery store for a while, stocking shelves. And then I got a job at an advanced neon sign company. And so we would go all around the city. Chicago was a great job because you learned the city, you learned all the streets. Like, I didn't know the 00 baseline, State and Madison, that sort of thing, until I started working for this sign company. We would go all around. It was downtown, 2055 West Walnut. We'd take a train or drive there, and then we'd hop in our trucks, go out and work the day, and then come back. So I would go south side, north side, west side. If you're from Chicago, there is no east side because that's the lake. But it was a great job because you're on the street, you're meeting people, you're seeing people, all different kinds of people, the good, the bad neighborhoods, the good neighborhoods. Take it, whatever you just certain neighborhoods you have to be a little more careful than other neighborhoods. But anyway, that I was 18, 19, 20. And then when I was around 20-ish, I got into the electrical apprenticeship program, Local 134. And let's see, I I think I was the second youngest kid in my class, and we started off with 100 kids. And then when graduation came, there were 25 kids in the class. So they kind of weed out, you by means of education, testing, motivation. If you don't feel like going, you don't show up, you're gone. If you don't pass the test, you're gone, that sort of thing. So then I worked as an electrician for many years, and then I decided to go out on my own. I did that for a while. I used to do a lot of commercial work, restaurants. I worked a lot of nights downtown Chicago and days, just repairing restaurants, restaurant equipment, lighting, switchgear, most everything in the back of the house in the restaurant or the front. I would take care of it. I would go in there at nighttime and just do my thing by myself usually and just get everything done. And there's pressure because you know that if you don't get whatever it is done, especially kitchen equipment or lighting by the morning, they're not going to be able to open and that's not going to be good. So you need to be on your game. You have to really plan ahead because when you go downtown and you work at nighttime, what happens is if you forgot something, it's not like you can hop in your truck and go to a store and go buy it. That's a non-factor. You can't do that. So you have to really learn how to plan forward, like picture the job in your mind, picture every bit of material and tools you're going to need to perform that job, and then get there. Of course, elevators, lug everything up, do the job, put everything away, get out of there before they come in the morning or as they come in the morning, as long as you get everything done and they can open by, whatever time, 8, 9, 10, whatever it is, you're good. So I did that for quite a while. Very enjoyable. I was downtown, met a lot of different people, made a lot of nice friends in the restaurants, made a great motorcycle buddy friend, my brother Al, Big Al. And that's how I came to even start this company really was I mentioned in my other video that he was leaving Chicago. He was going to go to Vegas for a job. And I gave him a gift, a going away present, which was a safety razor, a brush, shaving cream, and blades. By the way, the razor I gave him was the Merkur 34C. I call it the workhorse of the industry. It's a razor that many people start off with when they start wet shaving. A jar of Taylor of Old Bond Street sandalwood shaving cream, miscellaneous blades, and a shaving brush. And also the Tab sandalwood shaving cream, my favorite from 2010 and before. I love that shaving cream. It's just good. It's well priced. I like the smell, performs well, so on and so forth. So I gave him this set, this shaving kit, and he said, he looked at me, he's a big dude, kind of biker type dude. He looked at me and he goes, what the F is this? He goes, I don't know how to use this. He goes, I shave with a disposable and I throw it away. I'm like, I'll tell you what, I'll make you a little video. I'll show you how to do it. And when you get down there, just try it. If you don't like it, don't do it. If you like it, just keep on with it. The long and short of it is, I gave him the set. He got down there. He tried it. He loved it. He still shaves that way to this day with the safety razor, brush, cream, blades, the way I do. Same deal. I throw a straight razor in there every once in a while too, but he still shaves with the safety razor. Anyway, so what happened was right at that point in time when he was leaving, the construction industry was taking a big hit. The economy was terrible. The aftermath is there was no work. So I wound up, nothing happening, kind of everything slowed down. And then after I had given the set to him, I thought to myself, nothing's going on and I have to do something. So, I had a lot of responsibilities, a lot of things going on. And it was kind of like God watched over me, pointed me in the right direction. The thing that happened was the video I made for him, the only way I knew at that time was to put it up on YouTube. So I put it on YouTube and I made it public. So just to, put it out there, see what people would comment or whatever. And after, a week or so, I looked at it and it had 1,000 views. So I thought, wow, that's interesting. There's a niche here. There's something here. So I thought, okay, nothing else is going on. I will buy 20 of my favorite products, which I did. The Merkur 34C, 20 of my favorites. And I got a website, started this website with the assistance of somebody else. Lucas was his name. It's a long story there as well, too. This thing will drag on forever. Just watch the other video and you'll discover how all the things that came together that kind of blew my mind that made everything work. But anyway, I bought the 20 products, put them out there, got this very basic website. It didn't even have HTTPS at that time, the website security. It didn't even have that. And people still were buying, not like crazy, but every once in a while people were buying. So I just kept adding more and more products, and which is what I still do today. I add more products all the time. I'm constantly on the lookout. So by the way, if you're a vendor, manufacturer of shaving products, don't hesitate to contact me through the website, and you know send me whatever it is. Give me information on it. I'm always looking to add new and quality items to the lineup at Shave Nation. So I started with 20 products, and now 15 years later, on the verge of around 3,000 products. So we started off in my little office at home, and then went to another location, was like a bedroom, which was a little bit bigger, filled that up, and then went to a location in Northbrook, Illinois, which was 400 square feet, filled that up, and then moved to Wheeling about 10 years ago, 12 years ago, Wheeling, Illinois. That's 1,500 square feet, and that's where we currently reside, the business. And we're busting out of the seams, warehouse, office, everything. So it's a journey. But what I wanted to really say about this was, I'll come back to the, like summarize when you write a book or a story, you want a paragraph, you want to start with an idea, tell a story, and then come back and kind of summarize that idea. The original point was outside funding. I didn't have any of that. I didn't have access to any. I'm not really a business person. Never went to college. I went to trade school. So, I wouldn't even know where to go to get business funding. But I just started the business on a credit card. So what I want to say is, through all this, do something. Just don't sit there and do nothing. Because if you do nothing, nothing changes. Get out there. When I was an electrician, I had there was one superintendent, and his name was Pete. He's great. He was in the military, and he used to tell some really great stories. And we'd be all sitting around in the morning and getting ready, and he'd always come up with a great comment. And he would say, come on, everybody, let's go, get off your asses. Let's do something, even if it's wrong. Let's do something. You can't sit there and like mull over and try to analyze, overanalyze, because nothing will happen. Just get off your butt, get out there, and do something. And like I said, even if it's wrong, you learn from the wrong experience. Next time you're not going to do that again. I started with 20 products on a credit card, and then every month I would just try to buy whatever I could, and then sales would come in, and then I would pay everything off every month. I never did any financing, outside financing, none of that. Even today, we have all the inventory on our premises, on site. We don't do any drop shipping. I don't trust that, because just not my thing. I'm more of a control person. And plus, I'm impatient as well. If I order something or I want something, I don't sleep until I get it. It's like when I order something, I want it to come quick. I'm just babbling. I will also say, some people, they freak out because their item didn't come in 2 or 3 days, like the post office or UPS said it would. In the scheme of things, it's just shaving equipment. If you have to wait an extra day, it's not the end of the world. Like, no one's life is depending on that. We have no control. Like, we pack your order up as quickly as possible. It's getting really hot in here. We pack your order up as quickly as possible. We get it shipped out as quickly as possible, usually within hours. And most 99% are the same day for sure. So I understand the impatience, and that's the reason I don't do drop shipping. Number one, if there's an issue, it's going to be, oh, what did they do? Then you have to wait for them to respond, tell you what they did. It's like, to me, it doesn't work. If you have one or two or three, 4, 5, 10 products, maybe, but when you have 3,000 products, there's no way you're going to be able to drop ship. So the moral of the story is, I just wanted to tell you that outside funding, for the way we started this thing, it's more or less by the seat of our pants. The way I started it, I don't have any partners or anything. Just get out there, do it, get started, put something out there, and then try to fine tune every day. If you're working towards, starting a business or whatever you want to be, whatever you want to do, try to do something every day. Do one thing, just one thing every day that gets you a little bit closer to that goal. Make a phone call, send an email, talk to somebody, read a book, do whatever. And the most important thing, it's not brains. That's not the most important thing. The most important thing is perseverance and motivation. Don't give up. Just keep going. There are many nights where I just would be working on the website till 1, 2, 3 in the morning. Get 3 or 4 hours sleep, and then wake up and just get right back at it again. So now it's not so much like that anymore. Everything is pretty much automated. The orders come in, we ship, we I answer all the emails, see what's going on, try to do customer service, order more inventory, look for more products, all that. So it's an ongoing process. It's great. I'm very happy with it because if I was an electrician, I know, when you get to be 50, 65 years old, you don't want to be carrying tools and ladders, and it takes a toll on your body. It's difficult. I read about the outside funding, and it just dawned on me that that was me. I was in that situation. I didn't have any access to outside funding. I wouldn't even know where to start. Now I get emails every day. Oh, you're eligible for X amount of dollars because, you're good credit, you're this and that, your business is established and you've been there for 15 years, that sort of thing. When you get in that situation, everybody throws money at you, but guess what? You may not need it at that point in time. When you really need it is in the beginning. Like I said, if you want to do something, start something, be somebody, be an actor, be an actress, whatever it is you want to do, just get out there, do something every day, work towards that goal. So, enough babbling for now. I hope you enjoyed that. I guess I should have said in the beginning, get your coffee and sit down, kick your feet up. This will take a while. I just sat in the car and I got in and I thought, I got this new little microphone. I think I'll try it out. I hope it worked, right here. Testing 1, 2, 3. I hope it worked. Oh, that's the other thing. When I first started the business, everything was so hard. The website, I had to hire somebody to do a lot of the things in the back end. Uh, I learned how to work everything, add all the inventory and descriptions and all that. I do that, but back in the day, it was like something broke. I'd have to call the gentleman and say, email, this isn't working, and he'd have to go in there and fix it, and I'd have to pay him, that sort of thing. Now everything's automated. You get a web shopping platform like Shopify or something like that, and they take care of all that, like that back end stuff. All you need to do is add your products, get it set up. You could have somebody set it up for you. It's not that difficult. You could set it up yourself if you have some good tech, knowledge. And I didn't have that in the beginning. I had nothing. So it's kind of like I learned everything as we went along, and now I'm pretty proficient at the back end of the website and that sort of thing. But the other thing was, like, even something as basic as the photos for the website, they need to be square, 1000 by 1000 pixels or 1500 by 1500. Otherwise it throws off the website. That's how it was in the beginning. So every image had to be that size square. And then to remove the background from the image, you'd have to go in there and have the picture like a shaving brush, and then go in there, take a photo of it, and remove the background so that just the brush shows up on the white background. And that was very difficult back in the day. Now on the iPhone, you could take a picture and press a button and say copy subject. It removes the background, and you could just use the subject. So there you go. You have a white background. There's no, etching and sketching and trying to remove it. It's just so much easier now. There's so many things right now that, if you're looking to start a website, it's not that hard. If you feel like you want to sell something or do something, just get in there and go for it. Have somebody start it up for you. And even if it's basic, just get it out there and work hard every day and just try to expand it slowly but surely. My business wasn't built in a day or a week or a year, 2 years. It was built over many years. And now, 15 years later, it's enjoyable. I still love it. When I no longer love it, I'm going to stop doing it. That's it. So I love to make the videos. I love to read the comments. I love to respond to the comments, all that. I've met through online people all around the world. We still communicate. We send some emails back and forth. And it's been quite an adventure, a fun adventure. And it's good times. When you become successful, I'm not bragging or anything. I do feel like the other thing is you have to go through some hardship, which I did financially, that sort of thing. Uh, and then when you come out the other side, it does make you stronger, and it gives you more motivation. It gives you strength and perseverance to keep going. So my situation was, that's what I did. I really had no option. I had to just get it started and do the best I could to keep it going and growing. And it did grow. And, we're not the biggest shaving supplier out there, but we have a very good reputation. You can check out our Google reviews. We have over 1,000 Google reviews, 4.9 stars. So I'm very proud of that because, those are all your customers just commenting about how they like the service, how they like the website, easy to navigate. They love the videos, all that, all the product videos and all the shaving demonstrations I do. They really enjoy that. And so I kind of look at it this way, sometimes our prices might be a little higher on something. Sometimes they'll be a little bit lower, like any other business. But if you send your child to school, they have to take lessons in whatever subject, and you need to hire a tutor to show them how to do it. It's going to cost you maybe hundreds of dollars an hour. It's not cheap, okay? You're paying for that knowledge. And I make all these videos, which right now, over 850 videos, shaving and more, shaving related videos, demonstrations of the products, how to use them, how to shave, that sort of thing, and straight razors, safety razors. Just check out the website or go to my YouTube channel right here, geofatboy. You get a lot of free knowledge by just visiting the website and watching the videos. And then people, sometimes they'll bail out. They won't come to us and buy. They might go somewhere else, and sometimes they'll come to us. So the amount of people to come to us, I greatly appreciate it. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would greatly appreciate if you would click that subscribe button and click that bell, because I am at right now, I think it's like 96 or 97,000 subscribers. And when I get to 100,000 subscribers, YouTube will send me a plaque. It's the play button, and it's the red play button with a little triangle sideways in the middle, meaning you've reached that plateau of 100,000 subscribers. And some people do it in a year. Boo-hoo, it took me 15 years. So I'm almost there. It still says, I think it projected, it's probably October, I think, that I might get to 100,000. But if you subscribe, I greatly appreciate it. You might help me get there a little bit quicker. So that's about all I wanted to say for now. This dragged on for way longer, and I sure hope this microphone thing worked, because if it didn't, I'm not going to remember all this to start all over and do it again. This is a one-take thing, and it's when you go and do it a second time, sometimes it doesn't come out as good. Like I just read one more thing before I go. I just saw on Instagram, there was a Jax Teller, Charlie Hunnam, who played Jax Teller on Sons of Anarchy. Great show on TV, one of the greatest, series in the past many years. He said that there was his favorite scene of all the seasons. I think he was doing the scene with Juice, the bald-headed guy with the tattoos on his head. And he said, like, during the scene, he didn't plan on it, but he broke down and he started crying, and it was very genuine and authentic. And he said it was like, it just, no one expected it. It just happened, And even the producer and the film director, everybody came in and said, wow, like, where did that come from? And then the camera photographer, who was, in charge of recording it, said, he came in with a white face and he said, oh my God, he said, the film wasn't running and it didn't work. So he says, we have to do a retake. And Charlie Hunnam said they did the retake and it wasn't as good as the first one. So it's like, first time usually is lightning in a bottle, and it's difficult to reproduce that. I just thought I'd throw that one in there too. That's about it for now. Okay, so please like, comment, subscribe, click that subscribe button. Visit shavenation.com for all your shaving supplies. Thank you very much for listening. Hopefully this will motivate you a little bit. If you're planning on doing something, don't be shy. Just get out there and do it. All right, thank you very much, and I'm sorry this took, my thing reads 28 minutes long right now. I never thought I'd be sitting here talking for this long, but hopefully I'll edit this down and make it a little bit shorter, but you'll get some good points and some things that will assist you on your journey. So I thank you for all the previous years of support and future years of support. And that's about it. Thank you very much. Visit shavenation.com for all your shaving supplies. I'm geofatboy. Have a great shave. Have a great day. Bless you. Take care. I'm out. Uh-oh. Looks like I have a 4 o'clock shadow. Got to go to shavenation.com. Have a great shave. Have a great day.